Today, a federal judge heard arguments over whether the Florida Immigrant Center, dubbed by the administration and many Republicans in Florida Alligator Alcatraz, violates environmental laws. Environmental groups who brought the case assert the facility was built without required impact studies. If successful, Alligator Alcatraz, as it has been called, would be forced to be closed. Our Homeland Security correspondent, Nicole Sganga, has been following this for CBS News all day. Nicole, always great to have you. Catch us up.
Yeah, major environmental groups are asking a judge to essentially shut down this facility, at least temporarily. They've documented—
Shut it down.
Shut it down. They have documented 20 acres of new asphalt, a new runway that the federal government, in conjunction with Florida, built on this protected marshland, industrial lighting that's visible 15 miles away that they say hurts nocturnal species. But really what lawyers are arguing here are that this is illegal, that the government nixed the mandatory ecological assessments of what the impact was going to be before they actually constructed on this facility, that they're not in compliance with state and federal law, including the National Endangered Species Act, the National Environmental Policy Act. Now, Florida says no environmental harm done. And by the way, this was a state facility before it was a federal facility, so not all of these laws apply to us. But part of the reason the Trump administration chose to build Alligator Alcatraz in the first place is because some of its marshy, swamp-like conditions, what it might not have realized is it's also the habitat for several endangered species, including the Florida panther, Major, and there are only 200 left.
And there seems to be a fundamental disconnect about what has or hasn't been constructed for this. Tom Homan, if I read the transcripts correctly, was talking to reporters at the White House today and said, we haven't added any asphalt or anything at all. It's just the same thing as we found it. But if I heard you correctly just now, things were added.
Yeah, there was asphalt that was added in addition to tents, trailers. There's concerns about diesel spills, trucks coming in and out, sewage spills, as they sort of expand the capabilities of this facility. Beyond that, there is a separate court case, we talked about it a little bit earlier this week, to establish whether or not you can even have a state-run immigration center in the first place. Because as we know, immigration enforcement is a federal responsibility. And so tomorrow is the deadline by which a federal judge said, listen, Florida, ICE, we need to see the agreement that you guys have come to and know who the migrants who are housed at this facility, whose custody they're in, to start to get to the bottom of that legal question. That deadline, Major, is tomorrow.
And very quickly, Nicole, and I'm not sure this is knowable, do we know how many migrants are currently in this facility?
We know
a ballpark figure. It's
in the hundreds, Major. We also know that over 100 have been since deported. We're still waiting on the Department of Homeland Security for information on where those migrants were deported to.
Nicole Sganga, as always, brilliant stuff. Thank you. I appreciate it.